Well, hi, Jumbo. My name is Harry. Going to be your guide for this 2-week safari into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. First, got some important safety information to go over. Make sure you stay seated at all times. It's very important. If you have a small child in your lap, that's totally okay. Just make sure you hang on tight to them. It's a little bit bumpy out here. If you have a camera, get it out, get it ready. Set it to an action or a sports setting for the best pictures. But hang on tight to that as well, because we're not allowed to stop out here to pick up anything. It's dropped out of this truck. The Harambe Wildlife Reserve covers over 800 square miles. Due to our enormous size and the threat of poaching, that's illegal hunting. We have wardens patrolling the skies above us in airplanes, checking on things, making sure there's nothing unusual going on. Just make sure you're staying. Oh, there we are. Cool. Check up everyone now. Symbol 1 to Airborne Patrol. Do you copy?
Symbol 1. This is Quarters Wilson Mutua. Over.
Jumbo Wilson, great to hear from you. Entering the reserve now at Little Laturi Forest. Over.
I'm Jumbo, Symbol 1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Roger that, Wilson. I see a couple already. Over. Folks, on the left are some greater kudu. Greater kudu are the second largest antelope in Africa. They can weigh up to 750 pounds each. On the right is an okapi. Okapis are very interesting animals. Kind of look like the front end of a giraffe tacked onto the back end of a zebra. They're actually the closest known relative of the giraffe. Not really related to the zebra at all. They weren't even discovered until 1901 due to their very shy, reclusive nature. Now folks, at various times during our safari, I'll be able to stop the truck very briefly to give you guys a better look at an animal, or to give you a chance to take a better picture if you got a camera. Just know that the reserve only lets me stop a couple of times in a couple of places, and for a couple seconds when I do, but I'm going to be stopping just up ahead, because I see a black rhino drinking out of this watering hole. Ah, that is so cool to see. Black rhinos are a very rare sight. Only about 4,200 of them left in the entire world. Instead of poaching and hunting for their horns. They have skin about an inch thick, will charge it up to 35 miles per hour. For those two reasons, they have exactly one known predator in the entire world, and, well, that's humans. So we do the best job we can at taking good care of them while they're around here on the reserve property. Another black rhino up on the ridge to the left. This one's a little harder to see. Way up there. Black rhinos have a pointed, muscular upper lip that allows them to grab on low-hanging branches and bushes and feed on them, kind of browse around and eat as they go. That's in contrast to their cousins, the white rhinos, who have a much wider mouth and can pretty much mow the grass in the savannah. Way off in this clearing on my side of the truck, a couple of saddle-billed storks. They're a little hard to see. Saddle-billed storks have a distinctive saddle-shaped mark at the base of their bills right up by their eyes, and a wingspan of between 8 and 9 feet. Pretty impressive. It's actually about the width of this truck. Alright, so out of the forest now and on towards the Saki River. We're lucky. Catch a glimpse of some hippos out here in the river. Also, let's see some crocodiles if we're really lucky, or really unlucky as the case may be. Not a big crocodile fan myself, to be honest. Let's see what I can find out here. Well, nothing too much going on. Let's see if there's anything upstream. Drive right through the river here. Looks pretty shallow. Oh yeah, a couple of hippos over here on the left. They may look like they're floating or swimming in the water. It's actually far more likely that they're standing or walking along the river bottom. They can float, they can swim. They just usually choose not to. The large gray and white birds you see are pink-backed pelicans. They'll form in large flocks and flap their wings to the water, turning fish into shallower areas to make it easier for them to eat. Hippos spend the vast majority of their day in the water. It helps to support their enormous weight, also helps cool them off a little bit. They usually exit the river in the early evening to graze on grasses. You can eat over 150 pounds of it each night. Ooh. I don't like this bridge up ahead, folks. When you take it poly-poly, that means very slowly. Make sure you stay seated. Oh. Especially since there are crocodiles down in the river. Great. Nile crocodiles are both larger and more aggressive. Their cousins, the American alligators, they've been known to crush bone with their jaws. So it's like this bridge is holding it as well as this. Didn't sound too pretty, but we got across. That's what counts.
Simba one, come in.
A copy, Wilson. What's up? Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the red clay pit. You definitely want to check out that area.
Roger that, Wilson. Gonna head in that direction later on today. Over. Well, folks, we're heading into a very different ecosystem now, and speaking of different, check out that tree over there. It's a baobab, also known as an upside-down tree. Call that because it kind of looks like its roots are up in the air. It's not just branches, but it only has leaves about 3 months out of the year. The rest of the time it goes leafless and conserves water in its trunk to get through the dry season. Ah, folks, this is my favorite view of the whole reserve. This is the Serengeti grassland. It stretches for hundreds of miles across Africa. It's used as a superhighway for lots of migrating animals. Also home to a lot of the more famous animals you may think of when you hear Africa, like lions, giraffes. Some neat stuff. Folks, on the right, a great look at a herd of sable antelope, the symbol of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve on our logo. Their horns can reach anywhere between 50 and 60 inches long, and they use those horns in defense, as well as some courtship displays. And the landscape around us here is beautiful, isn't it? It's even cooler to think that the animals themselves are the ones that create it. Think of them like a big, smelly construction crew. Elephants, those are bulldozers running through here and knocking over trees, giving grasses for them to spread out. Giraffes will wander through and nibble at the leaves, opening up the canopy to the smaller, younger plants. Large migrating animals take all the grass on the way through. The little nibblers like gazelle will trim up the edges. In a balanced, natural ecosystem, there's enough food for everyone. All around us here are termite mounds. They're hard as concrete, used by elephants as scratching posts. Of course, that wears down a little bit, so when that happens, sometimes you'll see a little gazelle sitting on top, using it as a lookout post, just to see if there are any predators in the area that it has to be worried about. Over here on my side of the truck, there's a Patterson's eland taking a nap in the shade. He's taking a rest. Patterson's eland are the largest antelope in Africa. They can weigh up to 2,000 pounds each when fully grown. A couple more eland up ahead as well. And leap straight into the air about 8 feet, if necessary. Also, some eland make a soft clicking sound as they walk. It's thought to be the tendons in their front legs rubbing up against their bones. Off to the right, look carefully over by that crossroads. Heard a white-bearded wildebeest. White-bearded wildebeest are part of the largest overland migration in the world. Over 1 million at a time will cross the Serengeti, causing us a bit of a traffic jam when they do that. Then the brown fuzzy guy sitting off by itself off to the right, that's a water buck. Water bucks excrete an oily substance on their fur. It doesn't smell too good, but it acts like a waterproofer. So if it's being chased by a predator, it'll hop in the nearest watering hole and escape that way. Check out the large reddish-brown animals with the giant horns. Those are Angoli cattle. They use their distinctive horns as personal radiators, pumping blood through them. The air circulation around the horns helps to cool the animal off. Folks, a great look at some giraffes on the right. Pause right here. I can see 3 of them. Giraffes only spend about 30 minutes every day asleep, but they can spend anywhere between 16 and 20 hours a day just eating. Also known as their salad bar. Incidentally, the name giraffe is derived from an Arabic word meaning one who is graceful. Baby reticulated giraffe are born to about 6 feet tall, and adults can reach heights of between 18 and 20 feet. That makes them the tallest land animal on Earth. Another great look at him off to the right.
Zimmerman, this is Wilson. What is your location? Over.
We're almost to Monkey Point, Wilson. Over.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its own. We can't find the mother. I'm afraid Fortune's may be in the reserve.
Roger that, Wilson. We'll keep a lookout for you. Over. Wilson thinks there's poachers out here. That's not good. Keep your eyes open. And if you see anything unusual. On the left here is Monkey Point. It's home to a troop of mandrills. The brightest colored of the primates and their bright red and blue faces. Well, there's a male up there. It's hard to see. There's a couple more walking around. Mandrills are very social animals. You can see them in groups of up to 1,000 at a time. Though they're also really shy, willing to hang out in the bushes most of the day. Right. See if you can find some music on the radio to listen to. That's the news. It's no fun. Find some music. Huh. That'll work. Oh. Huh. Oh, I don't like this bridge either. Turn that music. I'm gonna go poorly over this one too. Make sure you stay seated. Well, see how this